we go. Hey. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my goodness. I have not been on live in such a long time. Where are these buttons? Go here. All right. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. It's me in the flesh. A few pounds heavier because of these steroids, which I'll talk about in a minute. But with a bit of energy today. So I decided to come on here really quickly because I did have a burst of energy and I just wanted to connect with you all. I have not been on live in I don't know how long. Look at my cheeks. Oh my goodness. We're going to talk about this. Um, so I'm just really happy to be on. I'm really happy to connect with you all and just kind of talk about what's been going on. So if you've been following my shorts, you guys know that I have um, uh, had an attack recently that landed me in the hospital. I have a condition called neuromyelitis optica, so we'll talk about that in a minute. And I'll kind of give you an update on that. And also, I wanted to give you an update on this hair. Here, let me see if I can turn this light on a little better so you all can see the hair, y'all. It has been thriving in the midst of all this madness. Hold on, let me see if I can put this up. Get the light where it should be. So hopefully you can see the hair. But it has been thriving despite all of this like craziness I've been going through. It has truly, truly been thriving. The little gray patch has come back. You guys know that I tinted my hair, and I've been getting, y'all, this is going to be all over the place because I did not prepare. I just wanted to come on here and say hi to you all and connect with you. I cannot see your comments. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I don't know how to change these settings. Let's see. Hopefully, I'm doing this right. If you're putting something on the screen or a comment that I can't see, I'm really sorry. I should be a little bit more well versed. I should have done that before jumping on live, but I was just so excited to be able to do it and have the energy to do it that I just jumped on. Anywho, so, oh, hey, I see a comment. So happy to see you doing well. Thank you. I am doing better. It's so crazy because when you live with at what is called an invisible illness, and that's a illness that where you look fine on the outside, but all heck is breaking loose on the inside. It is a challenge. And so I am so thrilled to, of course, be out of the hospital. You guys saw that endeavor and chapter. Oh, hey, thank you for that comment. I'm so happy to be home too. Oh my goodness. There's nothing like sleeping in your own bed. There's nothing like, just being surrounded with by your loved ones. There's, just nothing like having a little bit more flexibility in your schedule when you're in the hospital. They keep you regimented. I mean, that is the worst place to go if you want to get any rest. But thank you. Yes, I'm so happy to be home. So happy. So I wanted to like come on to first of all, thank you all for your support. You guys just really came through. You all were sending me Bible verses. You were DMing me. You were, tagging me in posts and, doing so much to help keep me lifted, not only in prayer, but keep my energy lifted and so forth. I'm happy to see you smile. Like this smile on your cute face. Thank you. This cute little chubby face. Look at these cheeks. Anyway, thank you so much. It's a blessing to be able to smile. Like I said, you guys had sent me all of that information, those Bible verses, the encouragement, the prayers, all of that. And you know what? It paved the way for me to be able to smile right now. So, I just thank you guys. I could not go through situations like this without a larger community, without support. It is very difficult to do something like this on your own. We know that we are never alone, that God walks with us, even when we don't think that He's there. I mean, He's lightening that burden, for us. And a lot of times we don't even know that that burden has been lifted or, been lightened, or that He's carrying us through, the trials and tribulations, of life. And so, thanks to God, thanks to, you all being a part of my, extended support network. I was really able to navigate and continue to navigate this situation. And, I couldn't thank you enough for this. So I just love you guys. Yes, we all need community. And oh, I'm so glad to have you be a part of mine. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. The craziest thing that happened, guys, and I'm going to talk about, I got to get into hair because, of course, this is a hair channel. And I was like, the algorithms and whatever is out there in the stratosphere, it must be so confused right now because, I've been a hair channel for so long, but I have been sharing information, regarding my chronic illness and that journey and so on and so forth. And of course, and doing my best to encourage others during, my challenges. And, I don't really care that the algorithm is messed up. I don't care. I feel like whoever is meant to get this message, meant to get the information, meant to be a part of the community is going to be a part of the community. And because God will is above all will. So I don't care. And so, but I do want to get back to sharing some hair stuff, information, tutorials, things like that on the channel. And I'll do more of that as my energy gets better, and I get stronger, and I'll be recording videos. I've been doing the shorts, guys, because my energy level is just not there. Like a huge part of what I have, which is called neuromyelitis optica, is fatigue. So yeah, it ebbs and flows. Like I have this energy now, but you guys have seen in other videos where I've talked about it, you kind of see my energy level like literally go down in a very short period of time. So it's something that I don't have control over, but I will do my best to share out information because I enjoy it. It's a part of therapy for me. It is something that I've always done, and it's just a part of kind of who I am, wanting to share information and wanting to connect with you guys and learn from you and all that good stuff. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about hair because some of you had shared with me that you are living with an autoimmune illness as well. And we found out that, some of you guys who were like, oh, you're my hair twin. Well, we hair twins because we in this same journey with the autoimmune illness. And so I just wanted to kind of talk about, just today's style. I will be sharing with you like some of the things that have worked really well for me in terms of strengthening the hair. And this is relevant to people who have autoimmune illnesses or not. So that information will be helpful to pretty much everybody. But specifically, if you have an autoimmune illness, I think you'll find it particularly, helpful. So I have a video in mind where where I will share with you some of the supplements I've been taking, as well as just, stuff you probably have in your cabinets at home, that may help you to lessen the hair fall you might experience with some of the medications and just having an autoimmune illness. You may find that helpful. It has worked really well for me because as you guys can see, how thick my hair has gotten? Like, and it's crazy. Look at that. It has been wonderful. So even with all those crazy treatments I had when I was in the hospital, I have not seen a negative impact on my hair for whatever reason. So I'm happy about that. But again, I think that what I was doing prior to my last attack probably, helped to sustain my hair and lessen the hair fall from all of the treatments and so forth, as well as the attack on my body. So first, I put a little notebook here to try to have some kind of semblance of order, but clearly, clearly, that's going out the door because I think that this is already off the rails. But in any event, today I did a wash and go, as you can see, and I just wanted to kind of show it to you. My hair is growing really nicely. So the hair retention is there. And it's curling up really nicely, which lets me know, it's healthy. It's not, I know we don't like shrinkage, but shrinkage is actually a sign that your hair is, doing well. It's thriving. So it continues to shrink, and I'm okay with that. Today, though, I went old school, guys. So I co-washed my hair today. And I'm going to show, I guess I'll do a video on an adaptive way that I have. Thank you, Danny girl. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Today I like went old school. So I deep conditioned my hair. I haven't deep conditioned my hair in I don't know how long, but I did do that. And I started off by co-washing my hair because I just didn't have the energy to go through the whole shampoo and condition and all that. I have not co-washed my hair in years. I used to do it all the time. But today was like the perfect day for it. And I used an adaptive way of washing my hair, which I'll probably ask my daughter to help me record, because I think it'll be really helpful to people who are having mobility issues and things of that nature. But I don't know if you can see it, Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle. Years ago, Natural 85 introduced me to this product. And when my daughter and I first went natural, she was like one of the first hair care vloggers we started to follow. And she used this particular product. And I think there were like, because she was using like mostly natural stuff without parabens and silicones and all that stuff at that time. I think this one may have a little something in it, like way down. No, they got rid of it. This is pretty natural still then. So it says it's an organic product, certified organic, and it has water as the first ingredient, and it has eucalyptus, which really made my scalp feel really good. And it has sage in it. It has yarrow. It has horsetail. In short, it has a lot of stuff in it that's really going to help with the a slip of your hair. So if you find that your hair is like tightly coiled and you need a little bit of product with a lot of slip in it to kind of detangle the hair, this is going to be great. So highly still recommend this. So I used Tea Tree Tingle, and then I put my hair, I got under a hooded bonnet, and I let my hair, like I just set my hair in there. I sat under the hooded bonnet for probably maybe 10 minutes. And then I rinsed everything out, and my hair was just super soft and, very curly. And then I went to add my products, and all I really used was first I put on, what did I do? I used a microfiber towel to get most of the moisture out of my hair. And then after I used that, I used this sweet almond oil. I like almond oil. I also like coconut oil. I know some people don't like coconut oil, but I still like coconut oil. Although I didn't use it today, I have used it, and it's in a special mix I put together for fine hair so that it doesn't weigh down the hair. That's one of the oils I like to use. I like to use this as well as avocado oil, castor oil, and a few other oils. If you guys want to see that recipe or you want me to post it, let me know. Just comment, and I will put that on my list of things to share either on the community page or do a short or do a full video. So if you'd like to see that hair mix again, just leave me a comment and I'll be sure to do that. But I used sweet almond oil, and I just kind of scrunched it in my hair. And then I don't have it in here, but I used Elucent's Moisture Balance Conditioner. I have one bottle left. I think the company went completely out of business, so I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get my hands on it again. So I use it like sparingly because it's like precious like gold at this point. And then I just used a basic kind of gel. I think I used a little bit of the Eco Styler with argan oil, um, and some of the, no, I just use that. Sometimes I'll mix that. I'll use a little bit of that, and I'll use a Curl Junkies um, a gel. Oh wow, I can't think of what it's called. Pattern Pusher gel. That is such a great gel. Very beautifully formulated. But if I want my hair to last like a few days, I will use a bit of the Eco Styler gel, and so that's what I used. And to get fullness, let me show you guys this. So some time ago, this company called it says Swinger, but you know they make the edge control. I think, are they still called Swinger? I'll look it up. I'm gonna put information in. I'll put it in the information section when this video uploads to YouTube. But yeah, I thought it was called Swing Line. But anyway, they created this little brush that is bomb, and I've been meaning to share this with you guys, but I lost track of it. Look at this. I lost track of it. And I was like so disappointed because I'm like, this is the perfect tool if you have fine hair. So it just has these, you know, 5 prongs. And one of the things that happens, like with a normal pick, will be like, you know, it has a bunch of prongs like this, right? It's a wider option. And so when you have fine hair and, you know, we're trying to get more fullness, we can sometimes, I have ended up getting a lot of frizz when that wasn't what I was going for. I just wanted to lift certain sections. So that's what makes this thing absolutely perfect. It is small and these prongs are very long. So you can actually get into the root of the hair and then just kind of lift it. Look at that. Lift it up. And I'm only lifting this like maybe an inch off the scalp, but you see how it allows you to be super duper precise in where you're lifting the hair. And you don't have to worry about frizz. Just get down there at the root and then lift from that area. Yep. And then it makes it easier and you can just continue to kind of like style and pull from there because you've already gotten the lift at the roots you wanted. And so then it's just about kind of positioning the hair where you want it for your style. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's a great tool. So I'll put a link. Actually, they, like I said, they sent this to me along with maybe their edge control product or something like that. And I actually didn't even open this for a very long time. And then I needed a pick. So I was like, oh, let me just go grab this thing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the bee's knees, as they say. It is awesome. So I will put a link to it. This is like not sponsored. I'm not, you know, getting paid anything for that. This is just a tool that I know will help people like me who have fine hair and, you know, you want a little more voluminous look. And the other thing you can do is, so look, see how it goes down the way it's fabricated is that it bends down kind of at the end. So you can actually get in there and you know how I have that technique where you put your fingers in your hair to get more fullness and then you kind of massage the scalp and that helps to create more fullness. Like, look, see, it worked even right there. This allows you to do the same kind of process, but with a pick. So you're going in, you're getting at the root, and you can actually just kind of go in a semicircle and then lift. Semicircle and then lift. And again, that's like another strategy to get more fullness in your hair with this little tool. So again, I will look for it. I will put it in the comment section once this video goes up. Thank you, Danny. I love it. Thank you. That comment came up again. I don't know if you said it again, but thank you. I appreciate you, girl. All right. So with this autoimmune illness, like I said, my hair has not really taken a shot this time. In the past, it has. My hair has fallen out. It's been like very dry. I had breakage. It looked super dull. It was difficult for me to even get like any kind of curl, pattern be visible. It was not very healthy. And as a result, I ended up doing that big chop a couple years ago. There's a video of the big chop that I did myself. It came out good, surprisingly. um, but yeah, I did that. And I was just like, let me start from fresher, healthier hair and then begin to kind of grow from there. And luckily, things have worked out, really well. I haven't had, even with my autoimmune illness, I haven't had any negative kind of um, impact on the hair from there. Just like really going back old school, doing my wash days religiously or semi religiously, because energy level, we got to choose something. So, like I said, I hadn't deep conditioned in a really long time, but I have been, really strict about doing my protein conditioners. I think I made a post about Aubrey Organics. They are going out of business now, unfortunately. But and I made that over on my Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I highly recommend that you do. Let me see if I can make I want to leave that link in the chat so you all can join me there if you decide to. But what was I gonna say? I have been religious about doing my protein treatments. The reason for that is because, protein treatments help to like fill in the weak gaps in the hair, strengthen the hair. It really helps to enhance or bring out like any curl or coil pattern, you may have. It just keeps the hair in its healthiest state. And I have been using the Aubrey Organics protein conditioner like for years, at least 7 years. It's the only one I use. So now that they're going out of business, I'm going to have to find a new one. So can you guys let me know what protein treatments are you using if you really like it? Because I'd really like to try. I really like to try one. I have no options now. I have the one bottle of Aubrey Organics left, and that is it. So please do let me know what you guys use. I'm actually putting my Instagram because I think I posted that on Instagram. I don't think I posted it over here. And I'm a little bit more active on Instagram than I am over here. So I just want to make sure you guys can connect with me over there too. So I'm just going to put it in the chat. But yeah, please, can you take a second and let me know what products you're using, especially if you have a protein conditioner you really like, because I would really, 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 really like to use it. Try it. Why not? Because I'm definitely looking for a new one. Okay, there we go. All right. I just put my Instagram in the comments for you guys. Oh, and it showed up. Yay. Okay, I did something right. Okay. Oh, wait. No, it didn't put, well, let's see. Maybe it did put it right. I don't know. But it's boldly blending out when you're on Instagram. It looked like it messed up my name, but yeah, it messed up my name. That's not right. I'll correct it later. I'm so tired now. I'll have to put it later. I'll just put boldly blending out. Okay, that's my @ on Instagram. So once you get over there, you can just check me out there. But yeah, I'm a little bit more active over there, and so there I did post like this whole story about some of my favorite products and how I'm achieving a decent amount of curls. now that I, regard, I mean, and not that now that I am, it's more so, although I am dealing with these health issues. So yeah, things have been going well with the hair. Again, I went old school, trying to keep it very simple, making sure that I'm using a really good leave-in conditioner, using products that don't, aren't heavy laden with a lot of silicones and things of that nature. And I have been enjoying the results. So yeah, that's all I can say about the hair, child. I tried to put something else. I'll have some more coming up. But yeah, if there are things that you'd like to see me share around hair care and things of that nature, please, please, please put it in the comment section so that I can put that on the list of things to um, create content about. Let's see. Conquering Chronic Illness said, at Sally's has a protein conditioner, a keratin line. It's not natural or organic, but it works. Okay, a protein. So it has keratin in it. Is it like a product that straightens the hair, or is it just, it has that keratin conditioner in it? Let me tell you, that keratin uh, protein, it is so good. Now, I know some people um, are not able to use it because sometimes, your hair doesn't respond well to certain proteins. But let me tell you, that keratin conditioner, it works. I remember, I'm about to date myself. When I was, oh my goodness, in seventh grade, I wanted a Jerry curl, y'all. I wanted a Jerry curl. And I wanted it because my mom had a Jerry curl. Child, the whole family got a Jerry curl. My dad had a Jerry curl. I am going to find, we did a family picture. We all wore black and red. And child, we all got Jerry curls. And you couldn't tell me nothing. Couldn't tell me anything about my Jerry curl. I thought it was gorgeous. I loved it. And the thing about it that I noticed was that it really caused my hair to grow tremendously. And the beautician who used to do our hair was telling us that it is that keratin conditioner in the product. It is so fortifying. And hey, Latrice, good to see you, sweetie. Good to see you. During that time, everybody wanted those things. Now they call them tech. They sure do. Yep. Yep. And there's a new one I saw recently. And I'm like, that is nothing but a Jerry curl slash the ones that, for straight hair, a body wave or whatever. I'm like, that's all they're doing. This is nothing to everything tends to just like come right back around, doesn't it? No, just, oh, it's straightening. Okay. I actually use it after I straighten my hair. It really helps. The girls snap back. Good. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, Jenna Curl. That's it. That's it. Oh my goodness, yes. But that keratin is really helpful. And if you can find that in some of those products, yeah, that's a good one. Thank you for mentioning that, conquering, because yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. So yeah, the protein conditioners, like if nothing else, and that's been kind of where I am, right? If nothing else, if I can't do, because let me tell you what I used to do, old school, because this is something you can implement now. So I would have one week where I would do a moisturizing, and highly moisturizing wash day routine. So I would do things like make sure that I wash my hair, right, and condition my hair. I would make sure that I used a product that was make sure I use a product that was a moisturizing conditioner. I would deep condition on that day or use an oil treatment on that day. I would really focus on things that would help me to maintain the moisture balance of my hair. And so I would use when I deep conditioned, I would use a deep conditioner that was, moisturizing. So I would focus on those kind of activities on one day, on one wash day. Then the next wash week, I might do something like focus on protein, right? So I will wash my hair and I would use my protein conditioner, and or sometimes I would done DIYs, made my own protein kind of conditioner or mask, so to speak. Those are not as potent as like the product I was just talking about, the Arbory Organics, or I'm sure the keratin conditioner that chronic conquering chronic mentioned, and so forth. So it's not, those aren't as potent because they can't really get into the hair shaft in the same way that these other products that are formulated to do that do. But it's fun to make a mask and put it on your hair and get some benefit from it. So I would do that. Then I would also have a day during the month where I would focus on, oh, what do you call it? Lifting all of the oils, the butters, the if I had any silicones, things of that nature, clarifying. I will focus on clarifying my hair. Now, I would use apple cider vinegar and water as my clarifying product. It is fun. Hey, Felicia, loving her life, girl. I haven't seen you in a minute, and girl, it's good to be seen. Praise God, right? It's good to be seen. It's good to be here and do this. Oh my goodness, so good to see you. So, yeah, the clarifying part is really, really important because a lot of times when your curls like get soggy, like you feel like you're not getting the results you should from the hair. The curls are kind of drooping, they're heavy. A lot of times it's because, or even if you find that your hair is like super, super dry, a lot of times it is because they have a trend called the max. Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah. Isn't that where you put like um uh not a shower cap, but a plastic cap over your head and that kind of thing? I'm gonna tell you all what I used to do when I was in high school. It's a mess. It's a mess. But what I realized was that my hair was like super, super hydrated. I used to, don't judge me. I used to sleep with I used to sleep with uh what do you call it? A swim cap on my head to keep the moisture in. And I would sleep with that tight thing on overnight. You know what? I was in high school. The logic wasn't quite there. It worked though, although it did work. It did work. It would lay my hair down, but also it would leave it like super hydrated. But yeah, so that maximum hydration, I'm going to look that up. It uses apple cider vinegar as a clarification. And then, oh, and then a clay mask. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah, so let me tell you what I would do. So, and I do something very similar. So I use ACV and water, and I would rinse. So you use that to clarify the hair. It helps to get a lot of those, parabens and oils and silicones, lifting that off of the hair. Because a lot of times when you think your hair is like dried, my hair is not absorbing, anything, any water, oh, I have, in some cases, sometimes it'll look like you have a hair that I can't think of the phrase. So part of this stuff is that I have brain fog. So a lot of times it's difficult for me to find the words I'm thinking about. They're here in my heart. They're just not here so that they go here yet. So, bear with me, please. But yeah, so it a lot of times if you think your hair is dry, it's or that oh, what is it? The porosity of the hair is really low, so it doesn't absorb a lot of water. Sometimes you'll find that if you actually clarify your hair and you lift all that stuff from the hair, that it is that barrier that was keeping the water from absorbing. So you really don't have, in some people's cases, this, we found this to be the case with my daughter when we first went natural, because we didn't know about all this. But once we began to clarify her hair regularly, we found that she had regular hydration. Her hair absorbed water, normally, and or no low hydration, a low porosity hair is what we thought she had. Then we clarified her hair and we found that it was just regular, normal porosity hair. But it was that barrier, it was those oils and so forth that was keeping the water from being absorbed into the hair. So if you find like your hair, you feel like it's really dry or something like that, it's whatever, you're deep conditioning, you're doing all this stuff, and it still is dry, try clarifying your hair. And if you're afraid, because some people don't like to use ACV because they feel like it makes their hair really dry and stiff. Sometimes what the reason for that I have found is that a little bit, too much ACV is being used. So maybe start off with 1 part ACV, 3 parts water, and kind of working your way up to find the right balance for you. That's what I had to do. So at this point, I do half water, half ACV, and I'm good. And if I don't want to use ACV, I will use Suave clarifying shampoo. That is a great, gentle, clarifying product. And so I definitely recommend doing that like every 6 weeks, especially if you're using products that have lots of butters in them. Oils, a lot of times people think, oh, the oils are fine, they're not going to kind of settle on my hair. But depending on what your routine looks like, you could have butters in like your stylers, or you could have other products that are sticking to your hair in your stylers. And oils do still kind of build up on the hair, so you still got to get in there and use a clarifying product. So I'd have 1 day where I focus on that. And then another day where I would just like really kind of pamper my hair, like thinking about and looking at the hair to figure out like exactly what it wants. My hair, your hair, it's always talking to us. It'll let us know what it needs. And so I would focus that day kind of, on that kind of thing. So I might, I would steam my hair. I have like a steamer. I did a video where I did a skincare routine and I use a facial steamer. You can also use that for the hair. So I would use that and kind of steam the hair, open the cuticles so that it can truly receive all of the pampering I would give to it. And I would make my own mask, like we talked about a little bit earlier. Latrice mentioned using a mask, and that's exactly what I did. I go in and I keep bentonite clay, and I would mix that. Sometimes I just use it on its own, and you could use it on your face. I have videos on the channel where I've actually done just that. Also mixed it with turmeric and use that on the face. But in terms of using it on my hair, I would sometimes mix it with a little bit of, sometimes I would put ACV in it, but you could put pretty much anything in it. I'm trying to think. I haven't mixed it with other stuff in so long. I have to go back and look to see what other things I used to put in it for my hair specifically. But yeah, bentonite clay is absolutely wonderful, has so many benefits from the hair. Those curls will be popping, child. And it's, just really helpful. Or sometimes I'd make another kind of mask specifically for my hair. It's just fun using just stuff that I already have in the kitchen, and I'll just like pamper my hair. So, really going back old school, not being so product heavy, and sticking to a specific group of products. You guys know I've been talking about it here and elsewhere. I love Weedat products. I've been achieving some of the most amazing results on my hair from a styling perspective with the Weedat products. So those have pretty much been, my ride or die. And I have a group of products now that are supposed to be really good for humid weather. So I'm excited to use them for the spring and summer, and I will be reporting back to you guys what they look like. So let me know in the comments, what are some of your favorite products, so that I can check some of those out, because I'm interested in trying, other products. Felicia said, I'm blessed, been dealing with chronic migraines and a few other things, but I'm making it, just popped on. Oh my goodness. Well, I will be praying for you, Felicia, with those migraines. I have a headache as we speak right now, and it is nothing. I know that I would not be able to do this if I had a migraine. How you are functioning, I just praise God that you are able to function with your migraine because, yeah, I know those are they're just a bear. So I will keep you in prayer. Latrice said, "You are not by yourself. Headaches are real. Yes, girl. Take your time you need. Yes, absolutely." What did I do? I think I hit something. Uh oh. Uh oh. Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm doing on this screen. Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk about is just the chronic illness. All right. So, you guys know, if you have been following my shorts, that I just got out of the hospital probably about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now. I was released. I guess it was about, I'm on my fourth treatment. So, maybe about 3 weeks ago, I was released from the hospital. I was in there for quite some time. Turned out I had another neuromyelitis optica attack. So, for those of you who don't know what neuromyelitis optica is it is a very rare autoimmune illness. Only about 15,000 people in the United States have it, if that. And it is an autoimmune illness that is debilitating. It is a very acute sort of illness where the essentially your central nervous system is attacked by cells in your body or parts. Trying to think of the best non-technical way to describe this. So let's say your immune system, overreacts, and so it's targeting specific cells that reside in the central nervous system. So my central nervous system is attacked, as well as they like to also attack the optic nerves. So many people with neuromyelitis optica will experience attacks on their optic nerves, which will cause blindness. And sometimes they get their sight back, and sometimes they don't. In my case, my optic nerves are in good condition. I actually only have very minor um, impacts to my sight, and it is mostly at night. In my, what is it? My left eye, I don't see anything. Like if a room is dim, I won't see anything. Whereas in this eye, I will be able to see. My sight will adjust to darkness, just like yours. Your sight adjusts to darkness. If someone lowers a light in the room, you can still see the people around. I can. I have that function in this eye, but I do not have it in this eye. And I think that happened with my very first attack, actually, before I even knew I was having an attack, because it's been that way since 2018 and nothing has changed. So, that is the thing about neuromyelitis optica. When you have these attacks, they can be very, very devastating. So, if you think about MS, right? And if you know someone who has multiple sclerosis, they have a flare and they will experience an attack on their central nervous system, and it might cause them to be unable to walk or function in one way or another. But those attacks are more progressive, which means that they're not as acute or devastating as an NMO attack. So when an NMO attack happens, they go in like gangbusters, right? They're like soldiers going to war, and they're going to obliterate whatever they can. And so they attack the lining of the nerve, and what happens is then the message is sent from the brain through the central nervous system, right through those nerves, so that it registers here that I'm being touched, because the nerves here are sending a message back through my central nervous system to my brain that I'm being touched here, right? So I can then say, yep, someone is touching my hand, or you're lifting that finger, or what have you. When the nerve is attacked, you in a particular area, you experience numbness or paralysis, or diminished sensation in that area. So that's what happens to me. So the part of my uh, spine that is impacted is the part that goes to my legs and to my feet. So I am not able to hold my weight for a very long time. I have diminished sensation and strength. Like you'll get weakness in your legs, you'll get shooting pain in your legs. You kind of lose the ability to tell hot and cold. You're not able to, like, someone could be touching part of my leg, and depending on where it is, I may not feel it. That is a part of it. Overall numbness, loss of sensation, totally for some people, and weakness are some of the symptoms that occur when, unfortunately, we experience these attacks. And the extent to which we lose sensation depends on how quickly we get to the emergency room, how quickly uh, our illness is identified, and how quickly we receive treatment. So time is always of the essence with stuff like this. And so that's why I posted that video that I had right before I went to the hospital, that I was trying to reach my doctor. And I was like at my wit's end because I needed to know, like, is this symptom I was experiencing, is this an attack? Because I shouldn't have attacks at that time, because I was on a preventive already, and my preventive had been working just well, just fine. So I, wanted to check in with him, and so it was just like very nerve wracking, and I ended up going into the emergency room, and sure enough, I was having an attack. I began to have numbness on my hip, and more numbness in my legs and feet. And so they treated me, and we were like trying to stop the attacks. And it was a very aggressive one, which is why I ended up having to have 3 treatments. I had steroids to start off with, which is the first course. And that helps to stop the attack itself, right? And then I had to have that for 5 days. So that's the normal care. And then following that, other treatments, which I had, I'll just talk about it because I had them. But everybody might not get this. It's unique based upon your situation. So the second one I had was IVIG. Don't ask me what the acronym stands for because I can't remember at the moment. But that is another treatment that is designed to stop your attacks. And they were very concerned about my attacks because they did an MRI, which is another part of the process to identify whether or not you're having an attack and what part of the spinal cord is being attacked. And so they decided to use IVIG to help stop the attack, like, sooner and quicker. And I did that for 2 days, or for 2 days. And it was just, they were very concerned about the effectiveness. And so we just decided to go to IVIG, and that had, oh, not IVIG, but Plex with it, which is plasma exchange. And the reason we did that was because for my specific situation, they were concerned that the antibodies that are attacking the spinal cords were actually hiding in the blood. And they thought perhaps that was why I had a breakthrough attack, although I'm on a preventive. And so with the plasma exchange, which I did share here in my shorts, you'll see what they do is it's very much like dialysis. So they put in a catheter. I think mine was here. I have to put some aloe vera on here so that will mark goes away. But they put a catheter in, and this catheter, you have to be very careful because the vein or ventricle, y'all know, I ain't going to medical school, that it goes to, it like goes right to the heart. So you have to be very, very careful. And it is a bigger sort of vein, which is what they need in order to do that kind of treatment. But what they do is they remove the blood from your body, they remove that particular antibody, and then everything goes back in. And so you have to do that for a number of treatments. And I think I did 5 treatments. And we probably did them over the course of like 10 days. And it worked in stopping the attack. And the good thing about Plex is sometimes after they do Plex, you can um, see an improvement in the strength in your legs or in the sensation and your overall condition. And I saw a little bit of that. I feel like, yeah, I saw a little bit of that. So, there are people who've had it who've said like everything, or 80% of the numbness went away for them. So, for some people, 20%. Some people didn't see any change, but their attack stopped, which is the goal of the the procedure. So, I had all of that happen over the course of a very short period of time in my, hospital stay. So it was a tough one, guys. Um, and I'm happy to be home. I'm happy to have gotten through it. Like I said, I'm so happy that you guys, walked that journey with me. It meant everything to me. It provided so much support and community to me while I was in the hospital. That's a very isolating kind of situation. And to be honest, I experienced a loss of so many gains I had made, like since the beginning of this journey. And it was, emotionally, it was, and it still is very devastating, saddening, and so forth because I am, worse today than I was at any point in this journey before. Since this last attack and then the attack I had 2 years ago, um, I feel like I haven't gained back losses, that accumulated losses that I had hoped to gain back. And so it is saddening, but God is good and I'm still here. I have my family. I still have strength, a little bit of strength in my legs. My muscles remember what they're supposed to do. So right now I am walking with the assistance of a walker, and I can't do a lot of walking like for very long, periods of time because my legs are very, still weak. So I'm doing physical therapy to help with that. But my legs, they be knowing what to do, child. My legs remember what to do. I've always had very good muscle memory. And that is something like my doctors are like amazed by because my spinal cord at this point, I have a lesion from the top of this section of my spinal cord all the way to the bottom of that section of the spinal cord. And there is narrowing that is occurring in that area too. So they were amazed that I was, able to get up, that my legs are able to move and function the way that they, would if not really the way that they would, but they're able, they remember what they're supposed to be doing. Um, so they're shocked at that, but I'm not shocked because the God we serve can do anything. And so I found myself like amazed and surprised and, just kind of in awe at the timing of all of this. So I had my attack right in the midst of NMO Awareness Month. And I thought, you know what, God, what do you want me to do with this? Like, you don't do things for no purpose at all. Why did you have this happen to me after 2 years of no attack? Why did this happen? And I was just like, well, you know what? God is going to get the glory, through this, because as I'm going through this, I am going to be sharing this experience with folks and letting them know that they're not alone, and prayerfully encouraging them, and doing all I can to um, help folks understand that, the symptoms that you may take for granted, or, just be unaware of, or you have it and you're not sure what kind of resources are out there, or, what community is available, or you think you're alone going through this, or you just want to share, with others. I'm like, that is exactly what I feel so empowered to do at this particular moment. I was like, I'm not going to get down because I'm having this attack after 10 years. I am not going to get down in the dumps. This is a charter God has given me to be even more encouraging, and to step up my game, so to speak, in terms of the work I'm so passionate about in helping others. So that was one of the reasons I shared as much information as I did while I was in the hospital. And I'm going to be, I'm going to continue to do that, because I feel that it's really important that people know that they're not going through the valley moments of their lives alone, especially as it pertains to living with a chronic illness or dealing with NMO. I'm really passionate about addressing uh, health equity issues, and ensuring that all people have access to care, which is so critically important when you're dealing with an autoimmune illness or any illness that is particularly time sensitive. NMO. Identifying it and treating it is time sensitive. So if you have a doctor who doesn't make you feel heard, that's a problem. I experienced that on at least two occasions. And guess what I did? I fired those doctors, let me tell you. Um, and moved on to doctors. I have such a great team that has been treating me over the last couple of years. Take your time. So excited to see you. You are glowing. Oh, thank you, Latrice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, so I just feel really passionate about you know um, providing resources, tips, tools, hacks, whatever it is, just around living life with this illness, because I've done it for a little bit now and I'm still learning and growing, and I'm happy to share that with my community, and then also learning from the community itself. Community is so important, as chronically conquering chronic illness mentioned. Community is everything, everything. Because when you're living with a rare, especially a rare illness that no one, has probably heard of, um, that you're trying to get your mind around. But at the same time, like, look at me, guys. I look totally normal, right? But I'm not. One of my doctors used to say, "You're looking California, but feeling Minnesota." And I said to him, "Minnesota can't be that bad." He said, "It is." He was my favorite doctor. He is my favorite doctor, but I may have to transition away from him, unfortunately. But I was like, oh my God, he got it. Like, having that moment, there are so many people who don't have that moment. They tell their doctors what they're feeling, and their doctors are like, oh, you just have anxiety. Oh, you just need to lose weight. My mom, and let me tell you, this has happened in the past too. I was just thinking about that the other day. My mom's birthday was on April 8th. And I was looking through some pictures of her, which I may post and share with you guys, because she was cute. She was a hot number. But these are pictures I had never seen before. My cousin sent them to me, and it was so cool to watch them or to see them. But in any event, my mom was had breast cancer. She was diagnosed with breast cancer. She went through treatment for breast cancer. And then almost 3 years later, she developed a pain in her hip and I think her leg. And she didn't tell me about it. But she picked my daughter up. I had gone out of town. She picked my daughter up from daycare. And either she and my dad, or maybe it was just her, she's dropping my daughter off at the house and she was on a cane. And I was like, what you, what's going on? What are you doing on a cane? And she was like, oh, my leg hurts so much. And I was like, well, did you go to the doctor? If it hurts so much to be on a cane. She said she did. And he told her it was arthritis, right? So he just, oh, and you need to lose weight. That's what he told her. He didn't explore further. He didn't, say, you're a breast cancer survivor. Let's do some screenings to make sure that, you're good from, an oncology perspective. He didn't do any of that. He just attributed um, her symptoms to being, related to, oh, you just need to lose weight, or, the typical sort of, um, community. I'm trying to be diplomatic here, but he kind of attributed those things to something, issues that were not her issues. She didn't have arthritis, and yep, she could lose, she could have lost some weight, but that wasn't what happened. What happened was her breast cancer had come back and it had spread to her bones. And so the pain she was feeling were tumors in her bones. And so by the time she was properly diagnosed, she had tumors in the bones throughout her body. She had them in her skull, she had them in her rib cage, she had them in her legs, her arms, they were everywhere. And she had a tumor on her liver. So that's kind of how it was spreading through, to the bones. And um, she was admitted into the hospital, and she had passed away like within a week. It was devastating because, she was at home and it was just like something is not right. She was like coughing, and everything that she experienced was indicative of her having bone cancer. Anyway, I don't even want to go down that road again, but I say all this to say that, many times when members of a community have specific comorbidities like diabetes or heart, hypertension, or anxiety, other issues, they can sometimes not be heard. Individuals cannot be heard by their doctors because their doctors are walking into that situation with a preconceived notion of what the issue is with their patient, rather than really sitting down and listening to them, and running, the necessary, tests, and truly ruling things out, rather than having this kind of one size fits all approach to, oh, this is what's wrong with you, let's send you on your way. Our health is so valuable. This is the only thing we have, so we need to take care of it. I went on a whole tangent, but anyway, that's why I'm so passionate about it. I don't want anyone to walk into a doctor's office and not be heard by your doctor. Point blank, period. You should be heard by your doctor. You're paying for that doctor visit. He works for you. And, he should be passionate, or she, should be passionate about what it is, they do to get the best outcomes for their patients. And that's a really, really wonderful thing. Having, a doctor that you have that partnership with is like gold. It is, everything. And so if I can contribute to the conversation to ensure that inequities in healthcare are addressed, I want to be able to lend my voice. If there are folks who are going through the devastating moments of their lives because they're dealing with an illness that really can take the wind out of their sails, I would love to be an encourager and a supporter to them, and then also learning from everyone else in the community. We all have different experiences and are learning different things, and so that's the beautiful thing about community. There's that kind of give and take, and that's why I love that YouTube so much. That's why I started this channel, was because I learned so much from a community that I wanted to deposit something back into. And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. So circling back around to, my saying, God, what do you want me to do? That was what he put on my heart, to make those videos, to really, share out those resources in a more consistent way than I have, done in the past. And because and to be educated, and also just encouraged by others, to be a beneficiary of this larger community. And I don't know how I would have gotten through this without all of that love, encouragement, prayers, information, hacks. I realized things that maybe I could be asking that I hadn't, asked. And so it's just been, I've met some wonderful people, and it's just been a great experience. And I've learned through that sharing that so many of you on this channel have autoimmune illnesses you're dealing with yourself. And so the sharing that we've done, in email and in direct messages and stuff like that, has been just so special to me. And again, I want to thank you. I am an introvert. And I'm tripping because I've been on here an hour already. I don't like to talk, but I've been doing a whole lot of talking, haven't I? So, life update. So, I've decided that it would be foolish to give a life update in terms of where I'm going next. Because I do have some ideas of where I want to go next, but wherever God would have me to go in my next steps, I'm just trying to be, obedient, and always listening to that, and not, trying to, kind of force my way in a specific lane or in a direction, but really just be bending to whatever his will is. And so, one of the things that kind of came out of that experience, and I had actually, ironically, been working on it before all of this, was I wanted to develop a website specifically for neuromyelitis optica and sharing my journey. And so I did that. I started the website. I had planned to launch it in April, but I had this attack. And so I was just like, wow, okay. So I've got, I got the message that this is, I need to stay close to this neuromyelitis optica and the passion God has placed in my heart to focus on that area. Got it. But in terms of launching the website, I think all I have there now is like a template that's designed to help folks to prepare for doctor visits. So it is www.nmo360.com, I think. Let me check real quick. And that's how long. I mean, I have had so much else going on. I've not even gone to that page, but in a minute. And I can't remember if it's .com or .org. I think it's .com. Let's see. Yes, nmo360.com. That's the website. And so you're welcome to visit it. You don't have to have NMO to visit the website. It's free. It's like anybody can visit the website. If you are dealing with a chronic illness, I think you might find some tools there that will be helpful. The piece that's there now, I actually pulled it up. Look, y'all, look, this is it. This is all I put up so far. So this is it. And then I put this template here. I shared this out in some groups that I'm a part of for neuromyelitis optica. It's a doctor visit check-in list, and it is designed to kind of help you kind of get your thoughts together to prepare for those doctor visits, not only so you can advocate for yourself, but also so you can be really clear about what symptoms you've experienced, what symptoms you're concerned about, your documentation and forms, sharing research, because sometimes you have to provide, especially with rare illnesses. Unfortunately, some doctors don't know anything about it, especially if it's a physician, primary care physician. My primary care physician, primary care physician, he doesn't know anything about NMO. Like he still doesn't really grasp it. Um, but this helps me to help him. My neuro knows everything about it, but there may be some things that you've researched. I was denied, and I'll talk about this in another video, but I was actually denied um, a preventive at one point by my insurance. And so I had to do research to be able to figure out how to get that drug. And I was able to get it. My neurologist didn't even think it was real. Like, I told him that I thought I could get the drug for free. And guess what? I ended up getting the drug for free. I did. And they sent it to the infusion center, and we were like, good as gold, good to go. He was amazed. He's like, I've never seen never seen this before. A patient, advocated this way, because I was following up with him because he had stuff that he had to complete. I had stuff I had to complete, and then it had to go to the organization for approval, and got the approval, and I was able to get the drug. They said free for life. I just had to like re-up or reapply, provide additional documentation like every 3 years. And he was amazed. He's like, I've had the most productive doctor visits with you because you bring your stuff, you bring your resource, and because this is a team effort, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so I have this here. So if you know someone with a rare, not even a rare illness, but with a chronic illness or something like that, feel free to download it, so that they have that and they can use it to prepare for, their next doctor visit. So, I mean, I'll be sharing things like this, but I'll be sharing other items as well. And again, anybody could use it. You don't even have to have a chronic illness. I think that we are better patients, when we take ownership of our own, health, and we feel comfortable working in partnership with our doctors. I had a doctor after my first attack who told me I didn't need to be under the care of a neurologist. How? How? And I'm again amazed. Amazed. Who would say that? Why would you say that? Because that's so anyway. But that's a whole other thing. Anyway, it was on my heart to start that website, and then of course I had this attack, and I'm like, this gives me greater and different perspective as I begin to fully flesh out what it is I want to share in this website. So it'll probably launch. I'm not going to set a launch date yet, but I'm thinking it will probably be in June, because I want to take the month of May to really develop all the resources and tools and kits and hacks and things like that, that I think would be helpful. So that is one thing that is next. What's next after that? I'm not really sure. I've been thinking about this YouTube channel, and like right now, I'm sharing issues that impact me, currently on this channel. And I know that most of the people who, um, there's 30 something thousand of you now who have subscribed to the channel. And so I know that there are people who are looking for hair content. And so I've been thinking, and you guys let me know, what do you think about this? I've been thinking about, and I actually already created a separate YouTube channel. I haven't really been posting anything over there, but that channel is like specific to NMO, neuromyelitis optica, chronic illness, kind of what I'm experiencing. And I was wondering, like, do you guys think that I should put all of that related content on that channel and then just keep this like strictly, hair and, hair related stuff? I've really been, vacillating back and forth about that. Initially, I was like, yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But it's like so many people here have also commented about their appreciating or needing the inspiration, the information, um, and finding value in the information that I am sharing along with hair stuff. So I just don't know. So, I would really love, you guys to think about that and let me know, by commenting what you think I should do. Like, should I keep it all over here or should I put like the chronic, illness, stuff type content on that other channel? Because I do want to share, like, there's some stuff that I have come across that I know is going to help all that will help people. Like, just stuff that related to diet, mobility related, items that, are really helpful, and uh, conversations just around how to deal with the pain we're experiencing with nerve damage and things of that nature. So you all think about it and let me know what your thoughts are, because probably next month I'll, God willing, because again, I never know how I'm gonna feel with with this disorder. I have good days and not it's not even good days, good parts of days, and you know bad parts of days, and it's constantly an emotional, a mental, and a physical kind of roller coaster. So yeah, I'd really love to know your thoughts on that. If you don't want to see it over here, it's okay. You could say that. And if you do want to see that, over here, let me know that as well. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've been up to. I mean, not a whole heck of a lot. I've been trying to heal, trying to take it slow and easy. It's really so, oh my goodness. So it's so interesting to see how people, um, what's the right way to put this? When you have an invisible illness, a lot of times people think that you can, take a pill or you've been released from the hospital, so you're okay. You're fine, or you could take a magic pill and it could go away. You received your treatment, so you're fine. And it's just not the case. It's not at all. This is such a debilitating and devastating to the body, that it and again it is extremely um, deceptive, diseases like this, because again, I look fine, don't I look fine, except for these chubby cheeks. Some of these chubby cheeks, I look fine, but I'm not. I'm not. And so, people will see you and they're like, oh, they think you're all good. And it's like, that's just so not the case. My dad has I think it's challenging for him. He's doing better. He can kind of understand it a little better, now, but, he like, many folks eh, have, we're so conditioned to think that if you look fine, then you are fine. And that is not the case. It's not the case with emotional well being. It's not the case with mental well being. And it isn't the case with spiritual well being. And it certainly isn't the case with your overall health and wellness. So even if you think oh, I'm fat, oh, I look, I look all right, oh, got that pain in my back, but I'm good, I'll be okay. Or, just looking at a person and assuming that they are okay, a lot of times, they aren't. And so being being kind and supportive during encounters with folks like that, is really beneficial. It's really helpful to them because a lot of times, it can feel like you're not really understood, right? Because, people don't believe you're sick, or they think, well, you don't, again, I keep saying this, you don't look sick. You don't have to look sick to, unfortunately, to be sick. And it's not just around chronic illness, it's around so much disease, period, right? So, anywho, that is, that's a challenge. That's something that I'm navigating because sometimes, when you have an invisible illness, you can feel guilty that you're not doing more because you're looking in the mirror and you're like, well, I don't look like death rolled over, so I guess I should go to work today. But you are up for 5 minutes and then you're totally taken out by fatigue, which is a huge chronic fatigue is probably one of the most challenging aspects of this disorder. And probably I think one of the reasons it's so devastating is because our body is constantly fighting, our body's constantly trying to heal itself. Or I think neural pathways is what it's called. They're trying to rewire and figure out how I can get that message from the foot up to the brain because I know something's happening down there. Um, and so that all of that is exhausting. One of the other challenges is that people who have experienced diminished sensations and nerve damage and things of that nature have a very difficult time managing their um, and again, here I am with the brain fog. I'm so sorry, but it is a part of this disease that I cannot control. um, Regulating body temperature, so that's something that is a real struggle. And so summer is about to come and it's bad in summer, but for me it's kind of bad year round, where I am now in my journey because the message being sent from here, to different parts of my body is so skewed that it will pick up on heat in one particular patch of my, skin, and then it will trick my body into thinking, oh, she's super hot. She's over, it's super hot, and I will feel like super hot, or I will feel like I am freezing cold, like my feet, for instance, might be, or my leg could be in a bucket of cold water, or I'll feel like stinging, burning, hot, kind of sensations. My spinal cord, sometimes it'll feel like someone has taken like a hot poker and just placed that on my spinal cord. It's the craziest thing. So again, all of that is happening, all of that is being managed while we look normal on the outside, but again, all heck is breaking loose on the inside. So it is a huge, huge challenge, living with an invisible illness. But you know, uh, God willing, I've made it through to this point, and things, I'm able to manage it. I'm able to have a wonderful support network like you guys, and other communities that I've connected with. And it has made all the difference, all the difference in the world. So I'm really, although I don't know where the road will lead, I'm really, excited about the opportunity to see, you know, what is next. And I am grateful to God that, that I have that opportunity. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to pull up my, I think my, okay, guys, I figured it out. I'm so sorry. But yeah, okay. And I can see your comments now also. My screen like went dark. I could not see anything. Praise God. You know what? I think I'm gonna look at these on here. Thank you all for your comment. I'm gonna get off of here in a minute for sure, but I want to look at your comments and then just kind of follow up with you. Thank you for that. Someone needed to hear that, especially me. Well, I'm glad it helped, Latrice. I'm so happy you're in tune with your body. Girl, I'm trying. I'm trying. Um, Extremely rare for Western docs to take time to see the whole picture. That's a word. Blessed and unbothered. That's infuriating. Let me tell you something, guys. I was so hurt with what happened to my mother, and the way that happened. Was really devastating, and it happens all too often. Um, so we have to do something about that. We have to use our voices, right, to educate and inform others. I'm so happy you're in tune with your body and your feeling to go get help. Thank you for that. Somebody needed that. Danny, thanks for the update. Iris. Hi, Iris. You're looking great. I'm glad you're doing better. Conquering. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you. Conquering Illness said, it's so funny. I started following you right around the time you were diagnosed. I came for hair, but also got my first diagnosis around the same time. I'm here for both. Well, let's hug, honey, because we're going to get through this together. Oh, and I will keep you in my prayers. Keep you in my prayers, Latrice. It's devastating mentally as well. Yes, you have to keep telling yourself you got this when you're having a bad day. Oh my goodness, Latrice. Yes, you absolutely do. You absolutely do. And here's the thing, it's okay to have those moments. That's what I've learned. It's okay to have those valley moments. Let me tell you, when I was first diagnosed, I probably cried, I don't know how many times a day. And I would give myself a moment to have that. And then you know, to God be the glory, right? A positive thought, focusing on gratitude, um, being so grateful. I'm still here with my daughter. I don't care if things look differently, although, I have those moments. It's totally normal to have those moments because things don't look like you envisioned they would be, right? Or your plan had it to be. But dang it, I'm here with my family. I'm here. I have had moments of joy and of love that I've experienced. And so I allow myself to have those cries and those valley moments and those times when I'm, feeling low, but I don't allow myself to stay there. And again, I refocus on gratitude because there's still always so much to be grateful for. It is another day to get it right. It is another day to honor God. It is another day to experience moments of joy with your family and friends. And if you hold on, that's why I go ahead and cry when I need to cry, and have allow myself the space to feel those moments. Because if I held on to that, if I held on to um, um, those feelings that um, you know cause me pain and could make me bitter, I envision, if I bottled all that up, that feeling would probably make it impossible for me to truly enjoy and experience the joy of the wonderful moments that I've had since my diagnosis. So I don't want those feelings to get in way or diminish the joy that God does allow me to experience every day. So, yep, I purge all them feelings, child. And it's okay to do that. Yeah. Not going to stay there, though. We ain't staying there long. We doing a drive by. We doing it. And then we moving on. this. Iris said, if separating the content between two channels won't create extra work or stress, then separating the content will work. Or consider focusing on one channel and have fixed days for content. That's a really good idea. I could have a Wellness Wednesday if I decided to keep it here, or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Latrice said, please use every platform to share information and your health as well. It may help that just found you for a hair tutorial, but is dealing with an illness such as this. Yes. Thank you, Latrice, for the encouragement. I'm definitely going to do that. Regina said, glad you got your energy today, girl. Yes, I did. Praise God. Hallelujah. Kelly said, oh my God, it is so good to see you again, and you're looking beautiful. I love the attitude you have on live. Thank you, my dear. Iris said, yes, exactly. Well, this Wednesday sounds great. Well, child, we going to figure out some way, because come hook or crook, I'm showing my age, right? That's an old saying. We going to get it done, because, again, I don't think anything happens by mistake. God knows what he is doing. We are here to be ambassadors for Christ. We are here to fulfill the purpose he has for life. And this is a part of my life at this time. And I am going to use it to glorify God and to, prayerfully be of support to others. So, yeah. You know what? And all of that, we talking about community and stuff like that. It all goes back to the Bible, and it talks about how, we should be in fellowship with one another. And that's how we, really witness and encourage and edify one another and really intercede through prayer and so forth for one another. We can't do that if we in our little silos and stuff like that. We have to do that as a part of community. And so this is just a beautiful space to do that. And I'm happy y'all came back when I had my technical issues. Thank you for joining me again or rejoining. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here because we have been talking for an hour and a half. Maybe I'll do this. Should I do this again? Like maybe do this bi-weekly or weekly or something like that. And we just kind of get together and chat and, figure out what we won't talk about. Because I really enjoyed this, and I really enjoyed reading you guys your comments and stuff like that. Ah, Latrice said yes, Iris. All right, we gonna figure this out. We're gonna work this out. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you all. I love you, love you, love you. Wishing you a happy Easter Resurrection Day. I pray that you create wonderful memories, with your friends and your family, those you love, this weekend. And, don't eat too much because some of us, well, I had started to do a Daniel's fast. I had to change all that up when this happened, but I know some folks been fasted. They do fasts right before Easter, so they ready for that Easter feast. But I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful fellowship tomorrow and every day. And I hope that you have a very, very special Easter. All right. Love you guys. And oh, thank you, Iris. Thank you, Latrice. Um, Thank you for all you do. Thank all of you for all you do. Thank you for all you are. If you have said a prayer for me, if you have sent an encouraging words, if you've thought about it, if it's any message that I've shared has touched your heart, I just want to thank you. Thank you for you know sowing a positive spirit into me, because that's how this works. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. All right. Love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye. Yeah, y'all know now I got to figure out how to close, stop. Oh, Latrice said, keep my mom has the worst case. Oh, of MS. Hold on, let me see some of these comments. There's some more comments coming in. How come I can't see all of them? Beautiful lady, thank you. Oh, I saw a comment here that I don't see here. But someone said they had the thank you, happy Easter. I'll support whatever you do. Oh, I saw someone who had shared about their mom having a case of MS, but I don't see a comment anymore. It kind of disappeared. But just know that if I'm able to find your comment, whoever that was, you can leave the comment again, or leave it in the comments after this video has uploaded, and I would love to add you and your mom to my prayer list. Okay. All right. Now let me figure out how to end this thing, child, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. See you guys. Bye.